Hello, my name is Diane Stothard, and this is Good News on Tap for this third Sunday of Lent. For the last 2 weeks, we have taken a memory tour of salvation history in the first reading. The first week, we heard about the covenant between Yahweh and Noah. Last week, we heard about the covenant between Yahweh and Abraham. This week, we hear about the covenant between Yahweh and Moses, the law that was given on Sinai after escaping from Egypt. Yahweh told the people to kill the Passover lamb, spread the blood on their doorposts, dress for travel, and eat a very special meal. The Jews now celebrate this event as Passover, the day when the Lord passed over them, spared their lives, and liberated them from Egypt. The gospel story of the cleansing of the temple is another familiar story to us because all 4 gospels have a version of it. But this one from John is different from the others, so it's important to notice how and why. First, in John's gospel, the story comes very early in the ministry of Jesus. Jesus has just changed water into wine in the story of the Cana wedding, and now he goes on to cleanse the temple. In the other Gospels, though, this story comes very late. In fact, it doesn't happen until Jesus enters Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. You might be thinking, so what? Maybe a better question to ask is why? Why does Jesus cleanse the temple in John's Gospel before he begins his ministry? When I was growing up, every spring we would do spring cleaning. If your house was like mine, your mom would probably go through all the closets, the basement, and the garage, and you would get rid of all that old stuff that you no longer needed. Or you would get rid of things that were outdated or broken, or just taking up space, so you could make room for new things. That's kind of what's happening in John's Gospel today. The Passover celebrates the covenant between Yahweh and the Israelites. The covenant was symbolized by the law, or the 10 Commandments, and the temple. In the Gospel, Jesus cleanses the temple because he needs to make room for the new covenant. Jesus is the new law, the new temple, and the new Passover lamb, whose blood will liberate us from sin on Good Friday. As you are hearing the Gospel today, think about the things in your temple that you might need to cleanse. What are some old ideas or old habits, old grudges or old hurts that you need to cleanse in order to make room for Jesus this Lent? Lent is the perfect time to cleanse your temple. Spend some quiet time this week to do some spiritual spring cleaning. You might be amazed at what has been piling up inside of you that you don't need anymore. Your temple cleansing will help you make room for the new covenant that we will celebrate on Easter Sunday. And that's Good News on Tap for the third Sunday of Lent.